breaking of bread is keeping those commitments that the Lord has told us about. Those things of remembrance. A church has got to be in remembrance. We can't live in the future. We have to live remembering what Jesus done for us in the past. We've got all these churches now that's trying to just move on and be churches of the future. You can be, as long as you remember the past. Breaking of bread is keeping those ordinances of the Lord. Meaning, get baptized. Meaning, remember the cross of Calvary. Remember what I've been telling you all week. Just take a time and break a piece of cracker open. Amen? To remember the body of Jesus. To take those things. And we need those, and we need prayers. No relationship is any good without communication. Done. No use in talking about that no further. Nobody can argue with that. No relationship is any good without communication. We have to be in prayer. Not just on Sunday, not just on Wednesday, but the church and the Christian needs to be in prayer at all times. Amen. The Christian needs to not only pray for his relationship, but the church. That's why I've asked you to pray for the service before you get to the service. Prepare for the service before you get to the service. The greatest blessing that we had today was that we wasn't getting ready and fighting and fussing at 9:30. At 9:30 we were working for Christ. We got ready last night. A long time ago when my daddy, I have a hard time getting up in the morning. Amen? I just do. I hate waking up. Brother Wally called me sometime this week. Somebody else, Brother Bob called me. Was asked me about the deer, and he said, "Are you asleep?" No, I'm awake. I didn't realize how stupid I sounded until I come over here and played the message on the answer machine. This answer machine picked up. So I come over here and picked up, and I said, "Bob, you must have thought I'd drunk a fifth of tequila last night. You ought to have heard that. Praise God." And there's a button called delete. Amen. Remission of sins. I'm not very punctual in getting up. My daddy realized that, and he knew that I didn't want him to leave me and go hunting. So I would dress in my camouflage. Amen. We've just decided to dress in our church clothes. Amen. All you got to get up and just comb your hair and go. Amen. And I don't even have to comb my hair. But the point is being ready at 9. Getting those things done that you have to do on Sunday mornings, do not on Sunday mornings, but do. And the clothes are laid out, the baths are done, the kids are ready. We just go ahead and brush all the teeth one time. Amen. This is things we can do, but we need Sunday mornings to be prepared for church. We need Sunday mornings not to run around and have that time that the devil can make me mad. You see, when I leave all those things to Sunday morning, me and my wife are running around fussing at each other about who gets the mirror. The devil starts to make me angry before I ever step inside the church. It's amazing that we got 2 bathrooms, but every child we got comes into one bathroom. It's my bathroom. That'll make you angry on Sunday morning. So he messes up the spirit before I ever get here. But I don't give him a reason. I don't give him time to. This Sunday was the best Sunday I've had in a long time because we was ready last night. And when I got up, there was no time frame. Satan was standing over in my trailer looking around with his demons. Where are they all at? Me and Mike was out at the road handing out tracts. Boy, we made him mad. Now, let's go on. I want to get down here in verse 43, and that's where we're at. It says, "And fear came upon every soul. Many wonders and signs were done by the apostles." Man, something great happened. The greatest thing these people have ever experienced just happened to them. They got saved. Glory to God! He came into life. They've been missing. They had a God that something was wrong. They didn't know the Creator. They didn't have answers to life or purpose. They had guilt of sin. But Jesus came and saved these people. The greatest thing or experience they ever had, they just went through. The next thing they felt was fear. They felt fear. Man, when you get something that you love or get something that excites you or get something that you enjoy so much, the next thing you look around and say, man, I don't want to lose this. Our church is in a state of fear. Our church has been in a state of fear. Our church, ever since we had the problems we had, ever how long ago it was, our church has been in a state of fear. So many people stayed and supported the church. Praise God. Amen. Hallelujah. You stayed. Because I believe you were supposed to. I believe the things that happened shouldn't have happened. I believe a lot of us just messed up, including myself. I believe that we just messed up, and praise God, we just got to put that behind us. We have to have forgiveness from God and move on. Amen. But ever since then, we've been standing around looking at what's going to happen next. Man, that was terrible. We had so much love and compassion and excitement and so many people in the church. And then we've seen it go through tough times. We've seen people get hurt, including ourselves. We see it. We're standing. We're waiting for the axe to drop again. We're waiting on the next falling out. We're waiting on the next running off the preacher. We're waiting on something bad to happen again. And it's caused us to do absolutely positively nothing but wait. I give 100 things for us to do. I've asked you to do this a month, and this a month, and this a month, and see this person, and like this. And you know what? I'm not mad at you for not doing it because I know why you're not doing it. I know why we're not working in the church because we don't want to get attached again. We don't want to get locked in. We're afraid that it's going to happen again. Well, if we live in this state of fear, nothing's going to happen. Nothing. I can tell you today, I can't promise you the devil won't try to knock us down again. I can almost promise you he will try. I can almost guarantee you that as soon as we put some smiles on our face and half the people start coming in, he's going to try us again. I believe we've learned our lessons. I believe we've learned some great lessons. I tell you this tonight, I would rather the devil try it again and maybe even us fail somehow than to never do nothing again. I'd love to see people come back in here and get saved. We had 48 people one year join the church. We had 16 people saved one year. I would rather see another year of 16 people get saved and the devil come back and make us mad again than us to never do nothing and see nobody saved. I would rather us see 16 people saved and then y'all run me off on fire than for us to never do nothing, to sit around and wonder when the next problem's going to come. You look here, it says in 43, it says, and fear came upon every soul. And then God got up. And God showed them many wonders and gave them signs through the apostles. So don't live in fear. I'll show you my greatness. I'll show you my promises. I'll show you that I'm the one that can do things that are unexplained. We cannot live in fear. Or nothing will ever get done, including truly praising and serving the Lord Jesus Christ. The Bible teaches us that true worship comes from inside. I'm going to tell you a little story as I close. I was supposed to preach a real short message, but the Spirit got a hold of me and backed me up 10 verses. I'm sorry. I just wanted one verse, but I tell you tonight, I love the spirit that was in the church this morning. The next thing we're going to worry about is what's going to happen to it. I was driving with my daddy's gator the other day and rode down to the back of the field with that little deer where I figure he ran to. And on the way back, I ran out of gas. And I had to walk. And I walked up there and I got Daddy. And I said, Daddy, I run out of gas. My daddy told me about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, before any of this, before we're at this point, before anything ever stopped, convicted me of the Spirit, Daddy said, I sure wish you'd get on fire like you used to be. We talked right there. And then later on, he said, well, okay, let's go get that gator. And that played on my mind, but we took the lawnmower down there and hooked the lawnmower to the gator and pulled it back up there. And we did that because he was out of gas. Well, he said, I'll go get gas tomorrow and I'll fill all the stuff up. I said, okay. Well, not that day, but a day later, I went back to check on the deer again. But before I did that, I went by there and I needed to take a fan over to my shop. So I took the fan and put it on his gator and cranked it up, and it cranked up. So, of course, I said, well, he put gas in it. So I drove over all the way to my shop and got out and put the fan in it, got back on the gator, and drove all the way down to the end of the field. Now, these are mile-long roads. Now, these aren't just, right behind your house. This is a mile long down there. So I went down there and got off and turned it off and walked around and looked around for the deer and got back on the gator and got back, not where I got before, but just a little bit ways back in there. Ran out of gas. Now, I can't explain that because once I get up there, Daddy says, well, I never went and got no gas. I said, well, Daddy, it crunked up and it ran all the way down there. And it run a little bit back. Well, he said, I didn't put no gas in it. I said, I didn't put no gas in it. I can't explain it. Some gas fell out of the carburetor. I don't know. Magically appeared from hot and cold air. I don't know. But I know that it ran out on me again. But neither time does this thing run out is going to keep me from getting back on that thing and cranking it up. You understand? I'll tell you why. Because it's a lot easier to at least ride half the way on that gator than it is to walk the entire trail. You understand that? The Spirit of God has got hold of us now. I can tell you, we fear about it losing it, and that'll keep us from getting anything out of it. Next Sunday, if we don't come back and get ready for the same thing, we're going to have nothing. I enjoyed it so much, and it done me so good that I want to get back on it. You understand? Every head bowed, every eye closed.